link in the chat, please,
Stop.
for the.
We're live. Hi, guys. Perfect opening, as always.
Yeah.
Especially when Robert's here.
Yay, yay.
Hi, guys. Hi, Cliff. Hi, Robert.
Hello, Marvel.
Hola.
And hi, everybody in the chat. Thanks for waiting so dang long, Robert, again. And,
Wasn't me, y'all. She's
oh, yeah, it
lying.
was. Yeah, it was.
She's lying.
No. Yeah. They know you.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
They know you. They know you.
You don't
Hey,
know me.
Nicole. So, we are going to address things tonight. What a week. But first, something nice, I guess. Clippy,
Oh, yeah, okay.
first say
Well,
hi to everybody.
hello, everybody. Hank's Corner, Glober Mom, Harley Quinn, Deadpool Kidro, Colony L3, Keeping It Criminal, Pete Barnes, Road of Anger, Mrs. Schrodinger's Cat, Mark Baggett, Michelle Hogg, K-Rob, Irish Dublin Girl, Cat
Hey.
Girl, Alan S., the Sock Monkey, Charlie Welch, Cyan Rose,
Ooh.
Taco Josh, Anastato Maldonado,
Hezekiah.
Trans Girl, The Absinthe Kid, American B. Savage, Judy, You Got This, Christopher O'Connor, Shelly Chosis, Leslie, Christopher O'Connor. Oh, I already said you.
It's okay.
Water
You can say
Duelist.
people twice.
Yeah. Water Duelist, Fish Like a Girl.
Mhm.
Um,
Think about cake, because now I
Judy,
am.
yeah, Judy Got This. Simon
Nemo.
Mitchner.
I'm trying to help.
That's going back quite a ways, so other people will come in.
Yeah.
Sally.
Rodent of Anger. Did you get him?
Yep.
And Sally Skellington's here. Oh my god, can I have your autograph? Please.
Purple Dragonflies. Hello. All right. Well, now I will show my.
Let me get you on solo layout. How do I do that? I know how to do that. No, I do it up here.
I was just about to ask you the same, Judy. I hope you're not mad at me still.
What?
I got this.
Okay, go ahead. Let Robert. He's on solo. Go ahead.
All right. I got this package from Paracord Princess.
Yeah. Damien Paxton's here, of course. Can't forget Damien ever. That's against the law. Oh, we love you too, Shelly. Thank you. Oh my God, so packed. It's so well packed. We need
hard to open.
You need an X-Acto knife or something.
I got it open.
That's what I use.
It says, hello, please enjoy these keychains. Zipper pulls or pull chain ends. You decide. Keep up the good work. Paracord Princess.
Aw, how sweet.
Angie loves you.
Oh my God, look at it.
And Clifford.
Oh my God, those are so cool and so well done. Angie loves you, 'cause she do.
Awesome. Thanks, Paracord Princess.
I love those. Those are neat. We should sell those for merch. Oh, she said you don't know yet. Aw.
All right.
You know, you write like. That's sweet. It really is. The AMG loves you one, especially. I love that. What were you laughing at, Robert?
I was laughing because Judy, you got this, and I both were about to say the same thing to each other.
Oh.
You remember the other night in Schrodinger's chat, the lady that I was arguing with, that was Miss Judy. I think we had a misunderstanding.
And I think you were, well, you were also came there that night to be protective, and you got a little overboard.
Okay.
Mrs. Schrodinger's cat is here, so if you want to apologize to her.
We got a few super chats.
I think we're confusing the
Go ahead.
I heard you, Cliffy. Sorry, we're confusing the night. She's the Dr. Fauci comments is what got everybody that night.
Yeah, I know, but still. Okay, go ahead.
All right, Robert Legere III, member for 12 months, Celestial, says 12 fucking months. You heard?
I didn't even see you do that. Oh yeah, because I don't see those in here.
Yeah.
I'm sneaky.
Derp.
Simon Michener for £5 says, "Cause you do, and not just because of that pesky contractual obligation." And
Yeah,
look, not
yeah.
even a mention of anything sub aqua. P.
Powerade
Barnes,
mentions.
P.
Go ahead.
Barnes,
I'm sorry.
member for 19 months says, "I see your 12 months and raise you 19, Robbie."
Uh
Winky
oh.
Yeah.
face.
I'm a
Oh.
celestial though.
Oh. It's not a contest. It's
It
not
is
a
to a
contest. No,
contest.
it's not. No, it's not.
And the Turtle McGee for $5 says, "Yes, live stream. I'm at work and listening keeps me from murdering the Karens. Thanks for what you do, guys."
Aw, well, I'm glad
Welcome.
we can keep you company. Sometimes working, like, you're like, oh, I need to hear something that's not involved with this, what I'm doing, right? Just anybody else's voice besides the people I'm working around or with.
Hey babe.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about Cake is asking if you have any updates on OPT lawyer.
Okay, no. Quite honestly, I tried to get in contact with him, guys, but he didn't answer. Um, so if I don't hear from him by tomorrow, I will call the other number I have for his friend, and we'll find out. But he's been very tired. Pneumonia takes it out of you. Maybe he's sleeping. God bless the dude, right?
Yeah.
But I promise, if I hear anything, either way, it would come straight to you. Either on my Discord, my community page, or I'd go live if it was big enough, right?
Fair enough. Um, we got another one here.
Oh wow, I did hear just. Okay, go ahead.
Hank's Corner member for 3 months. Avenger says, "Enjoy the sub from a sub, AMG."
Well, thank you. All right, so, whew,
Plot hole wants to know what's going down.
just I'm gonna try to wrap things up so that it's over in our rear view, and I don't have to think about it no more. That's never gonna happen. Probably somebody's gonna blame me for something because we all have seen she's deleted her channels, and somebody out there is blaming me, but I don't care. I didn't do it.
Wow, thinking about Cake, that's horrible. I'm glad. I'm assuming you're better now. Good for that.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad you're
What?
better.
Thinking about Cake says I had cancer.
Oh,
I slept about 22 hours a day during chemo.
right. And he's got pneumonia, but we don't know if they started the chemo again. So that would completely put you
They
down.
can't do chemo during pneumonia, right?
I don't know. Like, if
I
it's
believe it
getting
would kill
better,
it.
they might. I don't know. And I'm not going to say yes or no if I don't know. But I do know that he was sleeping a lot even before he went back in the hospital. You know.
Either way, keep him in your prayers.
Yeah.
Or whatever you do.
Okay, so, as I said, we're going to try to wrap things up, guys, because we got better things to do, right? One thing, there's still new things coming to light, and we'll get to those. I promise. I'm going to be taking notes as I'm going so I don't forget anything because, I'm going to tell you everything I can. If you have any questions, at Cliff or at Robert, they'll ask. And, all right, so here's my idea. I was going to play the video she played, but I can't unless somebody else had. Kick, do you know anybody who had downloaded the video she made? Because I don't have them.
Wait, she made a video? I never
She
saw
made
that.
2 videos about me. Us, everything.
I don't think I saw those videos. The only thing I saw was the Generation Nation stream, which got me all hot and bothered.
Yeah, we know.
And
She made 2 more after that.
yeah, I didn't see those.
Well, I don't know. I didn't either. I didn't watch them.
I saw one of them.
I chose, and here's why. I chose not to watch them because, you guys know I loved her. She was my sister, right? We called each other super twins. So yeah, it was more than just a little difficult to hear her saying things and accusing me of
Keeping
things.
It Criminal has both videos, babe. Just so
Okay,
you know.
can you? All right. Can you send them to me, hon?
You can take me off full screen now if you want.
Oh shit!
He
I'm
said,
so. No, you're staying there.
Kick said if you link him, he'll come in and play him if you want, or you can.
Okay,
Google Drive
1
him.
second. One second. All right.
Yeah, but just for the record, everybody, like.
What? No, don't mind me. I'm doing stuff.
Like AMG was the last person that wanted any of this to be true.
Yeah.
And this isn't a slight at Kick or anything like that, but she didn't know that he was gonna say what was on his mind the other night when they went live on his channel. That wasn't a planned encounter at all. The dude was just tired of it, and he said something, and it started a shit storm, but it needed to be said anyway. So there's that.
Okay.
Just saying it because she started on her little narrative that AMG's been trying to destroy her and shit.
They probably heard more than we have. So
that wasn't at all the case.
Hey,
so,
Kick.
Hey,
how's it going?
Do you know Robert?
Yeah, I know Robert.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I can't
Robert.
think. I can't remember everything. So I guess start with Degen stream. That was Robert's idea.
Oh, you wanted to watch them, or?
That's what I'm thinking. What do you think?
Well, I think honestly, it's all been put to rest. Let's go through. I just want to go through a quick rundown of what's taken place.
Okay? All right, wait a second, because I do have some new stuff. I just want to write them down before I forget them, you know?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead, hon. Sorry.
All right. So, keep things real simple. Robert's right. I did not inform Marvel about what my intentions were during that stream, but she was hurt. And there were a lot of people who were involved in hurting her, and I let my emotions get the best of me. Because I protect good people. That's what I stand on, is the platform of ethics and integrity as well as transparency. And it is very transparent that I, as well as many in this community of people, love Tina. And we do so because we have no reason not to. She's shown her love for all the rest of us. So, I admit that I made mention of something that was essentially private, that was told to me in confidence by an individual, and I overstepped my boundaries there. And I've made my apologies, and I am working to amend that type of behavior, that I should have more care and consideration for the things that people tell me. After that, and after I made the statements that I did, which I will not retract any of them, DGM went live. Virgo was on there.
That was a shit show.
They spread a lot of misinformation, defamatory statements, and just outright lies. And they couldn't back up anything.
I don't think she even watched our stream. I think he did, but I don't think she did. Because she said that I had said, the loan.
Well, the minutia is neither here nor there anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I don't think she's watched it before she said anything.
But there was a lot of character that was exposed by way of their reaction rather than response. And so I made an active decision to go silent until things happened. And Masshole took they took the reins, and they exposed everything that they did. between two different videos, and I'm not going to go into details there. I will tell you that it looks damning, and there was factual information that can be verified as public record. Once that was done, today, as far as I know, 2 of Virgo's channels have been deleted. The primary channel is not showing up as a subscribed channel for some people who are subscribed, and for others, it shows up to be able to unsubscribe, but it is hidden.
It's always been hidden like that.
So that's pretty much it. That's where we stand. I have both of the videos that Virgo made, the witch hunt, as well as the other video.
Okay, I'd like to go through them.
And I have the live stream that DGen did.
Okay, I'd like to go through her videos.
And I'll be more than happy to put them in a Google Drive for you. But that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, okay. You can stay if you want.
To be honest with you, I'm pretty worn out. It's been a rough week and a half dealing with all this stuff. And a lot of people got left out in the cold. And a lot of people got hurt. And it's a shame that we as people are so fragile. Because we look up to people. We idolize them. We look for mentors. And sometimes we outgrow them. And sometimes they turn out not to be the people that we wanted. And it's not a fun experience. And the truth doesn't care how we feel. So I hate that I kind of forced this. But I want you guys to know, I want y'all to know that I tried to do this behind the scenes. And I did everything I could to keep it as civil as possible. And I stepped over an edge for somebody I care about. So with that being said, I don't need anyone to give me accolades for what has happened. I don't want cheering and celebrations. What I want is that we all stop naming ourselves and following blindly anyone, and we start being open to asking and answering questions.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
So, with that, I'm going to go eat the rest of my dinner. I'm going to keep listening, and I love all of you, no matter what. Continue your stance on ethics and integrity, and continue to give your love to good people. Y'all be well.
Thank you, Kat. Really. Oh, he's already gone? Damn! Hit and run.
Yep, he peaced out.
Hit and run.
Yeah, I don't know about you. It's, of course, you're streaming your decision, but
you're roboting. You're roboting completely, Robert.
Of course I am. Perfect. Am I still?
No, you're right now. What you saying?
So we sat back and we let the Masshole Report and all them do the.
Kate was amazing. Can I say anything, guys? I mean, are people gonna be talking for me all night? I'm sorry, but I've been waiting to say
that.
I know. It's not.
Go.
I'm sorry. It's just I have been waiting to say my piece, and people keep talking for me, and I appreciate it. Kate was amazing, by the way. She found out in one day what I didn't know in 6 years. Fuck me. I feel dumb. But on that, I will also say I never gave her name, Virgo's name. It's been said that I told her name, I doxed her, Kate doxed her. Kate didn't dox her either. Furry Potato did that. What Kate did for any of Virgo's supporters is do exactly what Virgo does every video. She read somebody's criminal record out. Right?
Yeah.
That's what she does. Right. Did Kick leave the videos for me?
He said he was gonna put it in a Google link. I'm sure he's doing it.
So all right.
I say something real quick?
Oh, please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kick. I hope you know that nobody is upset with you at all.
Mm-mm.
Just in case you're thinking that like what came out was going to come out eventually. We just
It had
wanted
to.
because Virgo tried to put it as that y'all went on as a hit piece on her. That's the only
Hmm.
reason I brought up that Marvel didn't know
Yeah, that's
because
fine.
it just wasn't true. So nobody's mad or upset that you did what you did. It happened.
It had to sooner or later, right?
Yeah.
Because like one thing that really grinds my gears is she keeps saying that she had called me a couple weeks ago, and um, well, she did she call me? I didn't hear my phone ring, but I do have a voicemail, so she called. Um, but I had called her back in June when I first heard that I had done something wrong. Like because and I heard through the post that DGen made saying that, we could probably find it. Um, how somebody was saying she didn't need things and, betraying her. I was like, is that leveled at me in some way? Because nobody's talking. They stopped talking to me all of a sudden around the 5th ish. The 29th, I think, is when the post came out, and I tried to call. Hey, there you are, and no answer. Right, I have a screenshot of the text I left and everything, um, asking her to, what, telling her I would never do anything to hurt her, because I wouldn't. And that DGen said that he was disappointed in me because I said this thing that I didn't say. So I I waited. Nobody called me back. Kimball's wouldn't speak to me anymore. Sean was gone, and DGen was giving me the cold shoulder as well. These are my friends, and I cried for days because Virgo hated me. I guess I don't know. So when she called a couple weeks ago, guys, I had cried my tears. I had mourned the loss of somebody I had looked up to for years, then met and miracle upon miracle became friends with. That's like what? I thought I was like the luckiest girl in the world meeting one of my heroes and becoming friends with them. So, yeah, I didn't want to open up myself up to talking to her and hearing her voice and knowing that she was going to do the how dare you type thing, or I'm very disappointed in you, even worse, right? I couldn't do it again. So I did.
Yeah, and
I know, I know. Go ahead.
she was out of the hospital by the time you called her too. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So go ahead. Super text?
yep. Sonia Garlic for New Zealand $12 says, "Much love to you, AMG." And we got a big one here too. Mrs. Schrodinger's cat for $49.99 says, "We love you and Kick."
Oh, I love you too, Nicole. Hi, hi, boss man. He's here too. I see you. Um, yeah. So, did he leave me these videos? Let me go look.
So I think we should still watch the Degen video too. Are we doing that?
I'm gonna no. I don't want to watch 3 hours of shit. That's the thing. We know what they said. I mean, and it just keeps getting worse. So let's watch the worst of it. Now, the one you just put in here is that says VT rant on DGen and the witch hunt. What does that mean?
That's her witch hunt video.
Is that what this is? Okay, yeah, okay.
Hey
All right,
Beaver.
let's see the witch hunt. I gotta download it. Okay, download it anyway. He wouldn't give me a virus. Computer virus, at least. That was a joke. I
Yeah.
don't have a sense of humor right now. Okay. I did it. I did it all by myself. All right, now I gotta figure out how to. Okay, there we go. And do
Can I
that.
add one more thing while we're doing this?
Yeah, go ahead. Man.
If you remember, I had vehemently um, expressed my opinion that she should avoid speaking to Virgo at that time because, and I don't know if she's gonna talk about this or not.
Yeah, I'll be
I
talking
don't.
about everything.
I don't trust. I never trusted her,
Yeah, I know.
and I just thought that she was just gonna be trying to gaslight Marvel because
That's what you do. All right. Yeah, that's
pretty
fine.
much.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. And like I said, if you guys have any questions that I'm not covering or not covering quick enough or whatever, you know me, just let us know. Here we go. Can you hear us right?
Can't hear anything
I don't
right
hear
now.
anything yet.
No? Okay. I did it wrong. See? I didn't do it right all by myself. Did I not share the audio? Is that what I did? Yeah, I didn't share the audio. Robert, can you mute because your breath is coming through because that damn
Sure.
microphone. I hate that microphone. I really do. Always
I'm
have.
trying to get a new one. I
Okay,
swear.
okay.
I'll get one as soon as I can afford it.
All right.
I want to get one that I can use for everything. You know.
I can. I'll send you mine because Kit gave me a new one. How about that? I got a good one. I got a Samsung a QTU.
Hey, I didn't turn it down.
All right. So here we go. Mute yourself. Here we go. Tell me if you can hear this.
Can hear it. It's low, but
Really? How do I do that? Is it still low?
you can barely hear it.
Oh, fuck me hard. I don't know what to do then. Because that's the best I can do. That it's on 100%.
Well, hold on a second. Is there a setting in
I did. I know how to do this now. I
in your
can't do it for a
StreamYards?
living.
Okay, I'll let you figure it out.
I'm just saying. I do it. I get paid to do this. There's no setting that I haven't put on. I swear to God. And it's. I mean, I didn't mean to jump on you, babe. I wanted you to know that I learned since last time you were here. I'm a big girl now. Yeah.
Somebody's done quoted you.
No.
Schrodinger's cat fucked me hard. AMG 2021.
Oh, fuck. I forgot he
did
was
it.
here. I forgot he was here.
All right, you want to do the super chats?
Go ahead.
American B Savage for $2 says, "Love you, girl. Dynamite."
Yeah.
And-
Her initials are J.J. Walker. Get it?
Yeah. Arian Rod for $50 says, "For you, AMG, did SC pay you yet?"
Yes, he did. The bitch paid me. Is that it?
Yep.
Good. I gotta figure this out. Damn Google Drive never works well with me. I know what. We're gonna talk amongst ourselves. I'll tell you the other stuff as I upload this to my YouTube.
That'll work.
All right. Upload video.
Yeah.
Go. Select file. Delete chunk.
So, did you guys hear about Alec Baldwin?
Yes, I did.
No, actually, I saw something was going on, but I did not know, stop to say, oh, let me find this out because I'm so interested.
I know the
Yeah.
whole story. It's crazy.
He accidentally shot the cinematographer on his set and
And the
killed him,
director.
and wounded someone else. Yeah.
That's the thing that. Okay, now I remember. I do remember because I saw a picture of the lady.
The production team handed him a loaded weapon and told him that it was a cold weapon
Yeah,
on
like,
a movie set.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
camera crew or somebody on the production team had been using a prop gun for target practice on beer cans earlier in the day. They had over 500 live ammunition rounds on that movie set. All of that is a huge no-no.
Yeah. Okay,
that lady's family is gonna sue them to pieces.
obviously the first thing people think of is Brandon Lee, but do you remember John Eric Hexum? He was the first one that I remember dying of something like that. That was in the early '80s on what was that show? Explorers, something like that. John Eric is
No,
Jean, Eric with a C, like
with a K.
K.
Yep.
All right, you found it then.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Eric Bergeron.
He died by an accidental self-inflicted blank cartridge gunshot to the head on the set of Cover Up.
Yeah, he was from the show. What? It should be there. He was a very popular show.
TV
There's a-
series Voyagers and Cover Up.
Voyagers, yes.
Yeah.
That's the one.
But
Him and this
Go ahead.
little. Can I finish the story?
go ahead.
Him and this little, this younger kid, like I don't know, teen, went from history to history, fixing history to make sure it happened the way it's supposed to. It was a great show. Just saying.
Oh, he was ripped.
He was gorge. I cried. All girls cried, and guys. Go ahead, Robert. What were you gonna say?
Lady bass guitar player. No, it wasn't Bruce Lee. It was his son Brandon died,
Yeah.
and it was not in the same way, guys. The Brandon Lee story was completely different in that they had taken they have two types of fake bullets for movie sets. They have a real Full Metal Jacket bullet that does not have a load in it for like camera shots, so you see actual bullets in the gun, and then they have blanks for firing sequences. Brandon Lee, what happened is they removed the fake bullet with the plugs and all, with the actual bullets, but a piece of the projectile stayed in the gun. So when they loaded the projectile, the blank, the blast from it ejected that piece into Brandon.
Yep.
Alec Baldwin was handed a
Fully
loaded
loaded
weapon
gun. Yeah. Like totally loaded for bear.
and shot two people with one bullet.
Yeah, it had two
And
live
killed
rounds
one.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the first I bring up John Eric Hexum because it was still firearm related and stupidly like somebody should have been paying attention. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, one was mild negligence, but I guess an accident that at the end of the day you can see how it happened. What happened with Alec Baldwin is egregious.
Yeah, they're
And-
gonna get sued hard.
Should absolutely
Yes!
never ever happen.
Gadrick is right. Voyagers was the '80s versions of Quantum Leap, but yes, it was for kids. I watched it.
But
I watched the hell out of it, and I was a kid. That's why.
I've never seen either of those.
You never watched Quantum Leap. You're the only
No,
person
ma'am,
I
I've
know
never
that
even heard of
doesn't.
it.
Really? It
What?
must have been just before
Scott
your time.
Bakula?
Can I say two more things real quick?
No. You've never seen Quantum Leap? We
No, I
can't get
haven't, I'm
past
sorry.
that. Can you bring up a picture of Quantum Leap? I don't think. I think he's just misremembered. I can't accept he's never seen Quantum Leap.
Can I say something real quick though?
If you must.
Kay Lee, why was he aiming at the producer? That's the way the shot was set up, and he was doing a rehearsal before the scene was actually shot. And to Stephen Alley, who says Alec is ultimately at fault, he's not at fault. He
He's
when
gonna
you
pay
hand
for
an
the rest of his life,
actor,
though.
he'll deal with it. When you hand an actor a gun and tell them it's a cold weapon, your
They
job,
trust him. Yeah.
like that's his job. He was told that gun was empty. And yeah, in a real world situation, and if I was an actor, I would still look. But we're talking about one of the anti-gun people in the United States of America. He probably didn't even want to be holding that gun, and they handed him a loaded weapon, and this is what happened. It could be, but I completely disagree that Alec is at fault. He bears responsibility, but he's not at fault.
As a producer, he's responsible. They're saying.
He is a
Okay.
producer of the show.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. In the big picture, he is. Yeah. So he's liable, maybe, but not responsible. You see what I'm saying? Insurance-wise, he might be liable, but he's not responsible morally, in my eyes. Anywho, he joked about shooting them, Savage? Wait
Yeah.
a minute. If that's true, then fuck him. Up the ass.
Kaylee, yeah, they had an armor. It was a lady that apparently was pretty experienced. So
I was told she wasn't on set at the time. The co-producer is who handed him, or producer's aide is who handed him the weapon. That's what I heard anyway.
oh, okay.
All right. Anyways, moving back to while we're here. Um, let's see if that's ready. So, what I did want to say was some of the things that I just found out. Can you mute, please, Robert?
Yes,
It's really
ma'am.
distracting. I'm sorry. Okay, so latest updates. I can show you a letter sheet, an email. There was an email group, right? Of creators. Me, Schrodinger, were you a part of that? I know VF was. I know that RPF was, because he'll. I don't know if you remember Road Pirate Films. Kick, I don't know if you were in it, if you're still here, but and DGen. She wrote to us saying her daughter had been in a fatal accident, and there was a couple young kids, and they might go into foster care if she can't get them. You know, very tragic. Well, the was you part of what? Do you never listen to me really? The email group that we had, where we would write a letter and everyone got it, all the creators. Anyways, it was tragic and sad. Well, Kate just found her daughter on Snapchat. Apparently, that was a lie too, and I'm like floored by that. I don't even have words for that. Like, seriously, who does that?
Yeah, when you showed me that when you showed me that, I was blown away.
Anyhow,
That's
yeah.
that's a severe. She has children, right?
Who?
Virgo.
Okay, what were you just hearing? Because yes,
Yeah. So I'm just saying. So how like I'm just
she
man,
said her
walking
daughter
through
was
it.
dead, and she's not dead. So yes, she has children.
I was walking through. Never mind.
I'm sorry, but that was funny.
I wasn't legitimately asking you the question.
Okay, fine.
I just don't understand how a mom could joke about her children dying.
Yeah, I I just don't know. And it was like fucked up. Anyways, that's one thing that's just come to light after. The other, we saw she shut everything down, and apparently, according to Schrodinger, she sent all the money back to him that she borrowed. You said all of it, or just like another payment? So I don't know. Is she on the run? Who knows? Is she coming back ever? I don't know. I did not expect this. I don't know if you guys did. I never wanted this. Um, no matter what, it's like what she did. Those thousand plus videos she made were still valuable. There's good information there, and I'm sorry that that happened. Um, we all lost in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you should be apologizing for it though.
Well, I feel like I had a hand in it, and I feel like we all lost. And I feel like also I know that many of you donated because I was campaigning for it. Some of you donated more than you could afford to at the time. I wish you hadn't. Don't ever do that again. And I'm so incredibly sorry, and I will always feel guilty for that. Sean's right. I will always feel guilt that anybody donated especially if it's more than they could afford to. Um, I really am sorry. I wish I could do something to make it up to you. I do.
I mean, she took us all for a ride, so
Yeah. But the trust people put in me is important to me. It means the world to me, and I feel like I let you down, and I am
But I
truly
gotta
very
stop you
sorry.
right there, though. I gotta stop you there. It's like we all have stuff to learn from this. Like, namely, skepticism is never inappropriate. But you went on like true like feelings with somebody you've known for years, and you had no reason to doubt that. So I really don't think you blindly led anybody astray. And one thing she did say that was true: there were other people vouching for her that will
Hmm.
still vouch for her, even though this has all happened. So
Okay. I got the witch hunt video. Let's
I
try
think
that.
you did everything in with the best intentions, trying to help a friend,
Yeah.
and there's nothing to be sorry about for that.
All right, here we go. You guys see it?
I see it, yes.
Let's try
See
this
if we can
shit.
hear it. It's muted, just so you know.
Yeah. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone.
There we go.
This may be the absolute saddest, most upsetting video that I have made in the last 6 years of me doing the Virgo Triad channel.
Oh God, sorry.
And I'm going to apologize up
Oh
front
God, that hurt.
that my faithful and loyal subs that have always been wonderful and I love dearly are having to actually watch.
Is somebody moving furniture? Or is that her?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Watch
not doing
this.
it.
That's her video, babe.
But this morning, I've been speaking with Van from the
Oh,
Van
God.
Balen channel. And we have both decided that it is unfortunately necessary for me to make everyone aware of what has been going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, this broke my heart. Van backed her before he knew everything, and he's known her longer than he's known me, so I get it. Um, I don't blame him. He apologized, but after he told me that, yeah, pretty much he thought I was scum at that point. Like, he believed that I told about the loan, and I said I didn't, and he still was like, yeah, but you should look who you align yourself with or something like that. He deflected after that, and I was so sad. Like, I watched his new video just crying my eyes out through it. I really love Van, so I am so incredibly happy and thankful that he is the gentleman and scholar that he is, because he watched Masshole last night, took in the information, and said he wasn't going to be backing her anymore, and he made right with me, and I'm so happy about that. Thank you, Kate, for that too. I owe you. So yeah.
Guys, just so you know, there's some grifters in the chat right now, bombing. So we'll take care of them.
Have at
Yeah.
'em, guys. Have fun.
So this video is extremely important. And I would like to ask that everyone try to watch it all the way through because there's a lot of information in here. It is extremely unfortunate that it has come to this.
Oh wow.
But
All right, wait a minute.
since I know.
Okay, anybody bringing up Cat and Nat is a fucking idiot. What's wrong with you,
Yeah, that's what the grifting in the chat is right now. Yeah.
dude? I know you don't have a life, but many people have spoken to Cat and Nat, not just Virgo or Degen. Many people. and she's a real person. Do you think Virgo has the patience and that much intelligence that over a year she created a different person, right? And went places as that person, and then went to joined other chats in in videos and streams of places that we wouldn't have found her in. Kate saw her in some Cyrac guy streams chat. I've never heard of him. Have you? I mean,
Yeah.
some people have, but okay, shut up, Cliff. It's not my point. But what I'm saying is, he's not one of our group. You wouldn't go looking for one of our people in that chat, would you, Cliff? Who is
No, I wouldn't
screaming? Oh yeah,
think so.
forget. So yeah, she was in places that we wouldn't have found her. Catnat. She's a fully fleshed out human being. It's gone. What do you mean? You're talking to one who knew. I talked to her. Um, there's a person over here who in this chat right now. Not gonna call him out, but he's spoken to him. Um, her. I'm getting confused. But yeah, I mean, the guy who started all this, what was his name? Brian Sessions.
Yeah.
She was one of his mods, for Christ's sake. So sorry, guys. I'm not gonna tell anybody to put you in touch with her mother. That's for sure. She's raising her granddaughter now, and she's not. I'm maybe they're valid to you, but they're not valid to me. Catnat had nothing to do with Virgo. She didn't even do the GoFundMe. Degen did. And I'm sorry, but Degen does not have the balls to pull something like that off. Just saying. Sorry. Yeah, that Cyrax guy is a piece of shit. You're right, guys. I looked into it now that I heard a name and what they suggested he did. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
next time. All right. Back to the video. Yay.
Very shortly, due to information that has been forwarded to me, that chances are
One other thing. If you had come at us or come to me and said, look, this has put the catnap thing into, it looks sus now, like that, like just normal and respectful, I would have put you in touch with anybody I could. Doing it this way was shit. Just saying. Am I wrong?
No, I agree.
No.
Okay.
I consider it low.
Okay.
Though.
Don't sugarcoat it because that would be doxing her family.
Yeah. But as I said,
No, you're
if
not
you're-
acting. I'm sorry, one second.
ahead.
You're not asking questions, dude. You're making stock accounts and spamming in a chat and spanning our chat with questions, tired ass questions about a friend of ours, and it's really sad, dude. You're not just asking questions.
you could have DM'd me the questions. I'm on Discord. I'm on Twitter. I mean, come on. I'm not hard to find. None of us are. You could have done it right, like a grown up. There you go.
my personal information will be
It's like
released.
this week hasn't been hard enough.
I am going to have to make this and let you guys know.
God, she talks so slow.
Basically, what has happened, and provide some screenshots and some additional information on things that are being discussed that are
I just turned
wrong,
the speed up and it sounds normal.
lies, and some things that
Just saying.
evidently people seem to be confused about that this will absolutely clear up. The chances are good that because the lack of integrity of the individuals that have decided to
Lack of integrity. Of who, Virgo? You keep saying that. We have a lack of integrity. Let's see.
Projection?
do
Much?
Right, Cliff. Good one.
do this witch hunt.
Witch hunt?
They have virtual.
That in and of itself is bullshit. I'm sorry, guys, but witch hunt, that has connotations, not just the historical ones, right? And I know everything about the Salem witch trials, So yeah, no witch hunt here. Nobody accused you, a completely innocent woman, of things you did not do. That's what a witch hunt is.
None, and therefore they are willing to go to any lengths
Mm.
to damage me as much as possible. We thought this started out with a misunderstanding, but I have since found out that there really was no misunderstanding.
Oh, really?
The goal is clearly to try to get me taken off of YouTube. And I believe
No.
you guys will be able to see that from what I'm about to show you.
Wonderful. Let's.
I'm not willing to put myself or my family at risk. Therefore, I am preparing you.
But she will put me at risk. She says doxing would put her at risk, but she then put my name, my last name, and my phone number on the video.
And myself that the chances are good that Virgo Triad channel will probably cease to exist once
That's what I
they've
was talking
decided that
about.
there's no place else
Thank
for
you.
them to turn. I hope that's not the case, but I don't have a lot of faith at this point. So without further ado, here we go. First, we start with the fire report. This fire occurred on the 17th of May. It was absolutely devastating. And I am going to partially read you the fire report, mainly for one reason, because I want you to pay attention to the name of the owner of the property. And the reason for that is because the owner wrote 2 letters. One was a termination of lease agreement, and the second was a reference, tenant reference.
So why do you have to read the whole thing?
I am absolutely just floored that there are people that actually believe that I was not telling the truth about this. It's disgusting to me, but this should nip that in the...
But you weren't, Virgo. You weren't telling the truth. So
Yeah, she got
Yeah.
blown back 20 feet.
no.
I
Right.
find it so interesting that she's showing this because, guys, I can tell you, I found like no less than 20 or 30 lies that absolutely slaughter everything she said. For instance, she said she got blown back by some gas explosion when the
Well, let her
cause of
say it.
fire.
Let her-
Okay, good.
Yeah, let her bring it up, and then we'll answer him.
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
Why is she reading it? Because that's all she does.
Dispatched on a structure fire. While en route, dispatch reports that RP states everyone out of the house in the backyard and cannot get out of the backyard due to no gates in the fence.
Right there. How did the dogs get out? How did they scatter? Now, I'm not saying they didn't. I don't know how. I had to go look for them. Yay me. I spent hours a day, like, no break, on the phone, like on a 3-way with Kimmy, and wherever we could look for these dogs. I mean, I put my life on hold, guys. I was happy to do it, though. This was my friend. And that's another thing. I was going to take these dogs into my 1-bedroom, 500 square foot apartment on the 3rd floor of a 3-floor walk up. There's no grass around here. These dogs, guys, never been leash trained, never been on a leash. They weren't chipped and they were not registered, which is probably why we couldn't find them as well. Little man, we might have had Little Man back if he was chipped and registered, guys. What
Right.
kind of responsible owner doesn't register and chip their dog?
And maybe they
cat.
had a breed of dog that could jump an 8-foot fence. Who knows?
Right.
But I doubt it.
Other
I say
things
2
have
things
come
real
up
quick?
about the dogs. Go ahead.
Guys, please pay attention to the comments you're approving, moderators. And are you gonna tell them what was said about you when
I
you
don't-
attempted to travel to help her?
Well, yeah, I have to
Okay.
get there though.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So, yeah, I said I would bring them back. I thought they were leash trained, though, but then I found out that they weren't, and that I would need wee pads for 3 huge dogs in my tiny apartment. They were going to destroy this place. And I decided I couldn't do it because if you remember Veruca, I wasn't allowed to keep her, but I was gonna stand up to my landlord and say I have to take these dogs in for a week. I could have been thrown out, but when I found out they weren't leash trained and they would probably be peeing and pooping all over my apartment, I couldn't. Remember that, and it broke my heart to say no. Like you can, I would say ask Kimball's. If she would tell the truth, she'd tell you that I was hysterical about, like I was crying my eyes out that I had to say no. I don't know if Robert and Cliff, if I spoke to them about it, but here we go.
Dispatch also reports PPD on scene, reports fully involved structure fire. UA found light diffuse smoke throughout block without a definite house on fire. House address located and identified. Light white smoke coming from door and eaves and stretched attack line to door. Forcible entry to front door accomplished with 8-1. 35 crew entered house. House was overly cluttered, which it was because I had a tremendous amount of inventory and 30 boxes that had just come in.
No, it was hoarded, honey.
She took
And
up
I'm sorry. I don't mean to embarrass you. It's a mental disorder, but it was hoarded. That's on the second page of this, and I don't think you read that part.
No, she didn't.
Okay, that's
She
fine.
glossed over it nice and smooth.
With attack line for fast attack to bedroom on AD corner, which 35 EMO saw smoke coming from. Door was opened, and 2 to 3 bursts of nozzle accomplished to dampen down.
I'm gonna go forward because Kate covered this.
The floor was sinking in a few moments, so you can see what the final investigation said the cause of the fire was.
Like Kate said to you guys, this is the only fire report that was made by the fire department. Whatever she gives you as a final report is not from the fire department or
Can I ask you-
anybody official.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, never mind. This is the other set of remarks. Where?
The first part, the second part comes up.
Because I got something for the second part.
Well, she doesn't read them, so
I'm gonna tell everybody what's in them though.
okay.
The following is a letter from the landlord that terminated the lease due to the damage to the premises from the fire. It confirms the fire and confirms the damage. Please pay attention to the name at the bottom of this. I have redacted his personal information and his business information due to the trolls.
But she couldn't.
May 28th,
But she
2020.
couldn't redact her own personal information from screenshots that proved her claims.
1.
Funny.
Never mind.
Dear me, due to fire damage to your previous
You've probably
home
all seen this
in
already.
advance since they moved in. During their tenancy, I never received a maintenance call related to the care of the property. They are not the type of tenants to put holes in walls. Redacted are animal lovers and have several dogs. However, they have always been diligent about making sure the dogs are well behaved and cared for. Although their previous home was severely damaged by the house fire, there was no evidence of damage of any sort from their tenancy or dogs. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me using the contact information below. Signed.
It says up here, the house fire was unrelated to a tenancy, and I would gladly run to them again if I had a property available. Okay.
CEO
So-
and founder doesn't have
Excuse me.
another. Yeah.
He was going to give them another property. That's what I was told. He had another property, and he's going to move her into it. I don't know what happened to that, but he never did. Make it of what you will.
Yeah.
Ben redacted. CEO and founder redacted business real estate.
Can we all
When several-
agree that this is extremely fake looking? Just my opinion. I can't
No,
prove that.
not really. I don't think so.
I've moved out of many places and never gotten a recommendation letter from my prior landlord. Especially not from one that set my house on fire.
Well, so the thing about the landlord, though, there is an explanation maybe. He's one of her subs.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's possible. Like I said, I can't refute it. It's just an opinion.
Yeah,
I don't. That looks completely fabricated.
That's Ben now. That's Ben again. This is him.
Which acted like a small torch under the house investigation was. Please keep in mind, I was extremely ill during this time. I spent 12 days in the ICU.
No,
Why?
BS. Yep.
no. 3 days in ICU. The rest were in a regular room.
As a result of that, there were many things I was unable to do. I was able to receive the fire report, the preliminary one, via email.
The only one.
But the final investigation wasn't something I was able to pick up because I wasn't able to walk even 10 steps until August. So this is what I have available. Regardless, I'm not sure why it matters how the house fire started, unless for some reason someone's claiming that I started it.
Nobody said
But
that.
here is the
Nobody.
proof that it was not arson in any way, shape, or form.
Nobody
And
said it
regardless
was.
of that,
There are
there was
people
a fire.
saying,
So I don't know why it is that they're cherry picking things. Oh well, here it is.
Can you
What about
pause
the
it?
hoarding?
I heard the
Yep.
rumor about a frauditor starting it.
Mhm.
I did hear that rumor, so.
What were you gonna say, Robert?
That story she weaved in there about the ball lightning traveling up the thing. The
Yeah.
fire report straight up reaches zero determination. They said they could find no cause of fire, no cause for the start of the fire. They even noted that electrical in the building was perfect. She's completely making this part of the story up. At least if she's not making it up, it is not in the report she just said that it came to a conclusion on, because it says they had no indication of what started the fire, just where it occurred, and we're full of hoarding. That's just,
You're roboting, Robert, hon. Just saying. This is the smoking gun, guys, right
ball
here.
lightning on Chain America.
Yeah.
Ball lightning.
This is the silver bullet. I don't know. This is what I said that was terrible. It's horrible. I should be ashamed of myself. I'm a betraying, backstabbing bitch. Please take a break from spamming the GoFundMe. We raised a shit ton. Take a month off. I had already said this to Kimball's, right? Who was not on board with it at all. And I remember the exact day that I did this and who it was to. I was in one of Schrodinger's streams. I just started working with him. And I started in January. I'm sorry, Robert. Can you mute your breath? You're breathing. You sound like Glenn Serio. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, you're much cuter. So, Sean was in his chat spamming the fuck out of that GoFundMe, and not just the GoFundMe link, guys. He was some of you were there. He was saying, "Please, guys, don't forget Virgo. She needs our help still. Please, guys, we're this much off from the goal." And just constantly, and he was doing it every minute to minute and a half, like constantly. And I was like, dude, and I said it, can you slow down a couple times before that? And then I finally just said, please take a break from spamming the GoFundMe. Because at that point we had raised 25,000 or so, maybe more, and I just I couldn't see why they couldn't take some time. She didn't need, $100,000 right that moment. She didn't need $25,000 right that moment. Whatever she needed, she needed to find an apartment. Okay, that doesn't take $25,000. You know what I'm saying, guys? And I'm sorry, but not everything was lost in the fire. Roland was
Guys,
gonna go clean it out.
and just to be clear, this screenshot was not the only communication that happened regarding this. They
I
knew
still have the
exactly.
conversation.
Yeah, they knew exactly where she was coming from and why she was asking everybody to take it just a little bit easy.
I defy anybody to say where on in that I said stop it, take it down, because it's very simple. It's 3 sentences.
Exactly. They were renting
And
the
this is
property. They had cash in hand to help them for the time being, and
oops.
Marvel just felt like you guys were getting beat over the head with guilt trips, and that's it. Take it easy.
So,
This is all we were saying.
so like
Sorry.
forgot what I was gonna say.
Should I get
Oh
caught up
yeah,
on
this is the screenshot that I've been threatened with for months by DGen, and then just recently with Virgo when I did. Oh yeah, I'll show that conversation between the two of us too. So yeah, this is the screenshot they were threatening to show you guys to prove to you guys that I'm scum. That's all.
Yeah.
What were you
Should
saying,
I
Cliffy?
should I get caught up on supers? We got like 5 or 6 since
Oh
I
yeah,
last.
absolutely. I'm sorry.
All right, so K-Rap for $9.99 says the movie shoot had several dangerous situations previously, and just before this happened, most of the crew walked out. There's speculation that no one with the right experience was on set.
Okay, thank you.
Keep,
Go ahead.
Keeping it criminal for $10 says I love you cause I do. Hashtag AMG rocks.
Kick rocks, and they're still available. Go ahead.
Taco Josh Gaming for $5 says do not beat yourself up. A professional scammer got close to you and used that relationship to their benefit.
Thank you, Taco. Taco was a superhero during all this, like totally standing up for me wherever he was. That somebody said shit, it was like crazy. Thank you, Taco. You're a good friend.
Colony L3 for $4.99 says AMG is your nickname Chapstick because you're da bomb.
You're so stupid.
Hashtag AMG wonderful.
Thank you. That's so bad.
Schrodinger's cat for $5 says I was duped as we all were, but some were late to the realization. Those who realized after the rest of us shouldn't be sent into exile forever.
Okay, thanks, boss man.
K-Rap for $99.99. Thank you very much. Says with compulsive liars, it's a mental illness. It's compulsion and they can't help it. Doesn't excuse her behavior though. Marvel, you aren't responsible for her actions. The fire was real. We would have given anyway. She is responsible for continuing the grift. You shouldn't feel guilty.
Thank you very much.
Simon
there's more? Oh, I didn't know there's more. My bad.
One more. Simon Mitchner for £5 says, just as a point of interest for someone invested in truth, note all the screenshots have a date of today at, and no mention of when posted sent.
True. Good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yep. That's it.
I can go into my DMs and find out for you when that was sent if you want. Because I still have the conversation. Too bad for them.
Hey Marvel, just a quick comment. Odin in the chat is asking you to check your DMs. I don't know what he sent you, but
okay. Let's see what we got.
Irish Dublin Girl says her Patreon page is still there, ranging from $3 to $150.
What? Can you repeat that?
Irish Dublin Girl said her Patreon is still there, ranging from $3 to $150.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me right now bring up. Stop this for a minute. I think Frog is going to join us. The Frog, who broke part of the story too. Oh yeah, I said something that made Kate laugh. With the way Virgo described what she was doing, like how the FBI protected her. I said it was kind of like witness protection light, and it made her laugh. And that's what that is about. Hi, Frog.
Oh.
He's gone. They're gone. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully they'll try again. But let me get that DM from Virgo for you guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
Let me let Frog in first. You there?
Yeah, I am here. Sorry, I dropped out.
Hey. So. No problem. Welcome.
How's it going?
This is Robert, and that's Cliff. And you know me.
Hi there. I just wanted to come in and because I'm seeing in the text that Marvel Girl's taking a bit of stick from certain people, especially over this catnap thing.
Yeah.
I think it's unfair. I mean, without Marvel Girl, the scam would not have been revealed. You know, her sending that text about stop spamming the link is the direct reason as to why the scam was revealed. So don't knock a Marvel Girl. as someone said, I don't know if it was Cliff or Robert said on panel, a friend took her in.
Mm.
Now, it was easier for someone like me who didn't know Virgo Triad to start sniffing that something wasn't right because I wasn't involved. But don't knock a Marvel girl. And also, as far as I'm aware, and I hope I have some credibility in terms of spotting the scam, as far as I'm aware, everything is on the up and up with catnap.
Thank you very much for saying that.
You're 100% right. As soon as Marvel mentioned that, they closed ranks and cut her out like she was the devil, and it was extremely off-putting. And friends don't treat friends like that. And
Yeah.
there were other things said that got back to Marvel when this happened that just totally were out of line. Your friends don't say things like that about friends, and it was really a red flag.
You said persona non grata, right, Marvel?
Yeah, that's how they made it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Virgo trying to paint Marvel as a crazy fangirl for trying to bring her shit in the hospital when she couldn't have even seen her during COVID lockdowns. It's not like Marvel was going there to get a fucking autograph.
This Virgo sort of hit our radar around the May period, maybe slightly before the fire, even because of catnap. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with catnap. And something just didn't smell right. But we didn't go public in May. We didn't go public in June. We didn't go public in July. We didn't go public in August. And I didn't. People like me, who out people, and I know I'm probably quite a little toxic for my video on Virgo Triad, but you have to out the fraud. And to all the doubters, they needed to know who she was because she was such a convincing scammer.
Yeah.
Does that make? I don't know if that makes sense. And I know I might be a bit toxic to some of your viewers.
Nah.
But I'm only interested in, I like good people. That's what I want. And I don't want bad people to take good people for a ride. Be it a frauditor. Now, it's a fraud. It's in the audit screen that I'm mainly known through work I've done there. And I'm not really interested in building a YouTube channel. I never have been. But I do a few little videos, a few funny videos, and out the frauditors.
You're aces by me. I can tell you that much.
So I've woken in the middle of the night. I was asleep,
Oh,
and I've
no.
woken up, and you've got a channel going, and I just wanted to come because not everyone comes to the same conclusion at the same time.
True.
I mean,
Okay.
sorry, go on.
I was going to say you're in the UK?
Yeah, I'm in the UK.
You can't tell by his accent?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we've been. I mean, people like A Marvel Girl, Keep It Criminal, Van Balen. We've just been on different tracks, but we've been doing similar things, if that makes sense.
Right.
I know Van Balen, is more soft sit more. Hi, Schrodinger's cat.
Look who the cat jacket. He's muted, as always.
Hey, Shro.
You gonna unmute yourself? Look who the cat jacket.
There he is.
And he's now got it playing. As always.
I'm unmuted.
But you're speaking.
But you're watching the stream too.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh my god! Every time. Every time. He's a professional though.
Yeah, no,
Do
sorry.
you know each other, Frog and Schrodinger?
Yes. Well, by way
Yeah,
of
well, we're both aware of one another.
we are acquainted.
I don't know if we've really talked before because we do slightly different things, but
Right.
you know, we,
We're on the side of truth though.
yeah. I mean, it's the truth that's important.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And it was easy. It's easier for someone like me, who was totally independent, to maybe sniff it a little earlier.
Right. And that's what I wanted. That's why I'm here, is just to respond to what you were saying about that y'all, caught a whiff of it earlier than we did. And yes, y'all did, and even reached out to me. And, to my great shame, I defended, the whole Virgo thing at the beginning. Because I believed it, and I said, yeah, I talked to her when she was in the hospital. I did confirm there was a fire at her house, and it probably slowed y'all down. Like I said, to my great shame, because I said, hey, I've confirmed this. This is all good, because I had known Virgo for so long, for a few years at that point. And said, okay, because when they approached me to do the fundraiser, I said, okay, well, I need to confirm it because the whole Sean Huffer thing had happened. And then, so I said, okay, show me there's a fire. They showed me there was a fire. I said, show me she's in the hospital. They said, call this number. I confirmed the phone number was a hospital phone number. Talked to her. She was in the hospital. I was like, that's good enough for me.
I even sent her something in the hospital she got.
Right.
Hospital address.
So I think we did. In retrospect, was superficial due diligence, but it was still due diligence. I mean, we didn't realize that we were dealing with a professional, lifelong scammer. But yeah, Masshole was on to it way before we were. So props to
Kate is sharp as a whip.
Right, and it brought the whole game home, because how many more months would we be, dealing with this if it wasn't for, the research that you guys did. So, congrats, to that. I just wanted to say that
it was probably only her greed and confidence in her con that enabled this to come, to really come to the surface. Because we don't, my prime target isn't to go after people who are out in the scam. So she was, she was just in this periphery, in this outer group of people. So she's known to us, known to me, but really is not really of interest. I mean, it's like you Schrader. Your videos, you do videos on. You take a time producing them, which means that they. I mean, like your Mama Bear video recently.
Right.
I mean, now I'm obviously fully aware of that incident. I've done probably, I don't know if I did anything on Mama Bear, but if I did it, the day of the arrest or something. But you go through the whole thing, analyzing the whole video. It's just slightly different.
Right. Yeah.
The target is still the same. Someone abusing what they perceive to be a right to film. And just annoying the general public in some post office
Right.
where there's lots of tyrants. There's lots of tyrants in post offices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
tons
you
of
know,
them.
everybody
Everywhere.
knows that it totally runs on our tax money. Nah.
Except that it doesn't. It
Right.
runs on stamps and postage and all that. But the whole thing was that with let me get my thoughts together.
No problem. Take your
So
time. I didn't expect you up here.
Virgo came to me like when this whole first thing broke.
Mhm.
Well, it wasn't really Virgo so much at first. It was Kimball's. It came to me and said, "You should have stopped this,
Oh yeah.
ahead of time." And I'm like, I didn't even know it was going to happen. I got phone calls. I was, out shopping one day getting some groceries and found out that this whole thing happened. And she was like, "You should have stopped this." I'm like, "I should have stopped what?" Like, I didn't even know what she was talking about. And then within like 48 hours of that, she was telling me that I make her sick to her stomach because she has always known me to be somebody who, did recognize right from wrong and took up for the little guy.
Yeah, she tried to gaslight you.
Yeah, she did. Well, but it really didn't work. And then Virgo started texting me, and I was getting somewhere upwards of like 30 text messages a day from her asking me why I haven't gone public supporting her. And the truth was, it's like, pretty sure she was wrong. I mean, it's been what, Tina, like maybe 6 weeks since we decided that something was amiss. Maybe
Yeah.
more than that.
I sent that. I can tell you exactly when I sent the spamming thing if you want. June, July. Let's see. Now I gotta find Sean. Wait a second, Sean.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been. Wait.
Right.
Let me try.
But since it all hit the fan, like what, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks
Now
ago,
Sean.
um,
There it is.
No.
20th of June. So yeah, around the end of
Right.
June. Yep.
yeah, and I stayed quiet publicly,
Mhm.
not privately, but publicly, because what was going to happen when I went public?
Drama.
Drama, like major drama.
Like now. Like it did.
Yeah. So I figured now was the right time to just come out and say I was never neutral.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, even though I was threatened by Virgo and threatened by Kimball's, I think she said I was bugging. Yeah, at Mass Hall, I was begging SC a lot of the time.
Kate's no joke. When she wants information, she'll get it.
Yeah.
And
But
actually, I think the final sort of nail in the coffin, which was the that final, the detailed police report of the check fraud.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Big up Kate.
yeah, no,
Kate was
she's
determined to get that, and I think without that, it would have been still a lot harder to convince some people that there was anything amiss.
yeah, I think Tina and Kate are the heroes in this story.
Not me.
Yeah, you were, because you went against your longtime best friend because you noticed something was wrong, and you noticed it way before I did.
Yeah, but I brought you into it, so it's even.
Well, you brought me into it, but I pushed back. I was like, "Hold on, let's make sure." And you were like, "Nope, something's wrong." And I'm like, "Let's double check and triple check." And you were like, "Nope, something's wrong." I'll own up to that. So it took me a little bit longer than it did Tina to realize that something was legit wrong. And we all did before the whole thing came out with, that live stream a couple weeks ago. Like, I guess we knew about 4 to 6 weeks ago that,
Mhm.
this wasn't right. We had fallen out.
Yeah,
With,
because after everything you did for her, she wrote you that letter saying, "I don't owe you anything."
yeah,
She got real mean to you.
yeah. She got really upset with me. And
She,
that's why it was funny to me when I was getting the emails from people saying that I was siding with her, and then I was getting equal amounts of messages saying that I was siding with Tina and that I was siding with Virgo. And both of them people were wanting me to make public statements, and that's precisely why I didn't make a public statement, because it would have just polarized everybody, and I was trying not to split the community in half. So
exactly.
I was
That's
like, I
neither
just
one of us wanted that, and that's why.
right.
Even though Virgo kept going to him to say something,
Oh my God, she went so hard
did I
asking me.
ever ask you to go public?
No, you didn't ask me to go public. She did, and
Yeah.
Kimball's did. And I've got the screenshots.
I'm his producer. I have to protect him, and sponsors don't like drama, and I'm getting him a sponsorship. God damn it!
Yeah, no, we got a sponsor. Yay! Public announcement. We got a sponsor.
Don't.
Um,
Oh my
but
God, he never.
so
He hasn't say anything yet. We won't.
Can I say something?
Oh
to kinda
yeah,
answer
sorry,
the question
Robert.
too?
Go ahead.
So, I want to say that I first and we were all on stream when this initially happened. Um, and I'm not bringing it up for any reason than to possibly remind people, but Marvel got pissed at me
Oh yeah,
when about a year ago is when I started figuring that Virgo was at very least full of shit about some stuff, because
the bomb.
she told Marvel that somebody sent a bomb to her house. A frauditor sent a bomb to her house, and the FBI
No, I didn't say the
intercepted
frauder
it or
did. I
something.
didn't say a frauder. I said Sop
Somebody
sent it,
did.
and the
Sop
post
sent it.
office caught it in time. That's what I was told.
These sovereign citizens and frauditors can't even get a driver's license. They don't know how to do anything productive. And Virgo wanted me through Marvel to believe that one of them manufactured an explosive device and sent it to her, and that's why she's so hushy about who she is. The whole thing stunk to high heaven to me, and I just haven't trusted her since then. And y'all can tell me if maybe I'm crazy on that, but that's when I started looking at her side-eyed.
well, I would say no, that wasn't crazy of you to think that, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure if somebody sent a bomb to you and the FBI was involved, they would tell you to shut the fuck up,
Exactly.
because you say that somebody sent a bomb to you. What's that going to draw? Copycats,
Boom.
or at least tip the people off that sent the bomb that
That they were
sent.
unsuccessful.
Yeah. So yeah, and I agree, Masshold. There's no evidence of a bomb incident. There would be reports that would be public.
Kate, you're more than welcome to come up. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm only going to be here for a few more minutes because I got to get to the airport super early in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm only going to be here for a few more minutes because I've got to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I do
Yeah, but-
appreciate you coming.
My position was that
frogs sleep a lot. They do.
It's 5 to 5 here.
Oh my god.
Isn't that prime bug catching time? Shouldn't be near a LED light, waiting for the flies to come by, moths and stuff.
1 second, let me get Kate the link real quick.
go for it. But my position was you don't get a bomb sent to you, and all right, so you.
Well,
can get
that's
a
what
bomb
she
sent
told
to you.
me. What do you call it? Witness protection light story.
Exactly, and that's when I said nah, because that's not how that works. She was apparently had.
They were watching. Yeah, they were watching her, but they weren't putting her in a place or something like that.
Yeah, the FBI doesn't do that. You either go into witness protection or you don't. They're not gonna dedicate agents to making sure Virgo's all good coming home from the store on Friday night. The whole thing was just.
But you had, I mean, please don't think
silly
I'm
lie.
stupid, because
I
like
don't think. No, I
it
don't
was
think you're
after,
stupid.
like over the years I've known her, she's told me and shown me like newspaper articles about several different Sovsits, big bad ones, like the violent ones that she helped put in prison, and that's why she was in danger because they want revenge. And it made sense in a way to me. And I was talking to one of my idols. Okay, I'm stupid. I'll admit to being a little starstruck. I don't know why. She's not the biggest star I've ever met, but like I wanted to be her. I wanted to have. I wanted
She
to make
was
a
a-
difference and
She was
do
somebody
something.
you looked up to. It's
I
understandable.
did.
But
It's not. But
she hid her subscriber count and she hid
Yeah.
her views count. I think she wanted everybody to think that she was a bigger deal than what she was.
Exactly. Well, she told me she had 80 grand in subs.
Yeah, I don't believe it because she didn't get that many views.
And
Yeah.
she also didn't believe how much you were making from YouTube. And at the time, you were less than her. So if you were making the same if you had the same amount of subs and everything, she should have known that you could make that much. Is what I'm saying.
Right. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. But
Before
Yeah,
you
baby.
go, the frog, I got a super chat for you.
Oh,
Colony L3 for $1.99 asks the frog, "What's your favorite insect?"
What's my favourite insect? I don't think like my frog nickname goes back to my youth, and that's what I used. And actually, it's been quite a good because even though I mean, I don't really know. I don't know Schrodinger, but he knows of me. I'm only a small YouTube channel. I only broke 1,000. I'm more known within the background of the community, but the name the Frog sticks out.
yeah, it does.
So it's been a great moniker for me. As far as
Dr. Kate. Hey, Kate.
All right.
Doctor. Sorry.
Yeah. I inherited the title from my father's grandfather's second cousin inflation.
I ought to put my proper title up, oughtn't I? Before I go.
Dr. Mister the Frog.
Anaceto Maldonado says he thinks Dr. the Frog is Thunderfoot.
Are you Thunderfoot?
No.
I am the Duke. I am the Duke of Norfolk.
He does sound like Thunderfoot. He does.
Yeah,
I have to
he
say,
does.
already, like top 5 things I've read in a police report this year. I read a lot of police reports, but that was like apex. Who the fuck says that?
That's
I
one
thought
of
I got it from my dad. Like what?
Before y'all start, let me say my goodbyes because I'll still be listening, but I got to go do the whole,
not being awake.
Well, I got to do the evening thing before the not being awake. Like I got to put the cold cream on my face, and
Oh Jesus Lord!
it's
not helping.
I have to exfoliate.
It's not helping.
Exfoliating is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's avoiding me. Don't let him lie.
yeah. So
you should come on. You should come on a Sunday stream, Kate.
I can't because I do my own. Assholes.
At the same time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Schrodinger.
Can we
It's
coordinate?
on purpose.
We can coordinate it.
We can try.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
But
anyway.
Kate just does drama.
Oh,
I do.
Drama
Virgo
channel, yeah.
said that all the time. That was a drama channel. I'm terribly sorry.
But for everybody that said that, I got so many people on both sides that said I was on the other side, which is kind of where honestly, that's where you want to be. You want everybody to not know where you are, like in any endeavor. But I finally came out of the closet. I'm on the AMG side of the whole thing. I have been, and multiple people on this panel can attest to that. From the beginning, I was on the AMG side. I just didn't go public because it would have been a whole thing.
And I didn't want him to because I'm his producer and I want his channel to be successful.
Right. I didn't want to lose 50,000 subscribers in a day because the people didn't know the entire truth. So I was just waiting for the entire truth to come out. And which I think was a smart play. And we all decided that that was a smart play. But I'm going to do a not being here, and I'm going to listen to Kate and AMG, who I think can have a great dialogue all by themselves.
See you later.
Okay,
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.
Good night.
And I'll say good night, Kate. I know I've only just briefly seen you on here, but I'll
He's
say good
also
night.
avoiding me.
Yeah, they're running.
Yeah.
I'm toxic.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Stephen Alley caught Shro too. Sorry, y'all.
Well, hang on. Before I go, Kate, you know there are a lot of people in the background that help towards this sort of thing.
Oh yes, no, I make no bones about it. I think even DGen is aware that there is a team. I take exception to the fact that he calls it Kate's team because that is not accurate. I am simply a team player.
And you also know that that team do it not for money, not for glory, but to out the scum of society.
No, it's the love of the game, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We do it. We all do it together because we love sitting up in voice and Discord all day and just getting to the bottom of every single fucking puzzle that comes across the proverbial desk, right?
And Kate knows.
Fire in my soul.
If I'd have asked you her name when you'd immediately told me, but Kate put something up, and I found the name myself, and that's because I enjoy the puzzle. I enjoy the jigsaw. I enjoy getting there. It's as much about the journey of getting there as knowing who it is.
We've got to keep these skills sharp, right?
Yeah.
You guys are good. You're really good. I don't know how, Kate, I wouldn't even know where to start to get somebody's name.
I can explain something. I usually show my homework. Oh, what the hell?
Speaking of which, I want to show you what Virgo sent me. Go ahead, Robert. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on what Shro said before it gets too far in the past. I think there were several people who had the temptation, myself included. We just wanted to burst out immediately and start pointing shit out. But I think that what he said is right. We played everything properly.
Yeah.
We waited till we had everything in order.
So Kate did. And
especially with Kate's help, of course, with that part of it. But
and PK,
even without
PK, thank you.
Yeah, even without that side of it, we wanted to get everything in.
I didn't want to sling mud like she was.
And exactly, and in the meantime, while we were being patient, she just kept going live and digging and digging and digging.
It was rude.
It was very hard to resist.
Right, let me show this.
Off the cuff rebuttals, but we managed to stay the course. So.
Thank you.
I think as soon as she saw that I was involved, that was like usually it is because I'm toxic and I'm a fucking wrecking ball. That was just like off and popping then because I usually like to get things together too, and it was literally like one day between, I was just waiting for a few more records requests to come in, but when she ever put that fire report out, I was like, no, she is cherry picking on purpose. I cannot let this be, and it also confirmed that I had the correct fire report too, which was a nice thing of her to do. So she has confirmed I don't say anything unless I'm 100% sure anyway, but I will say she is an effective enough grifter that there have been moments where I know the information that I have is complete and correct, but I'm like, oh, is there a second fire report? And I'm waiting for the second fire report, even though it defies logic that it exists, because she's just that good at grifting, really, right? That nagging dad of I'm pretty sure I have everything, but she really makes it sound like there's something I'm missing, and it just doesn't exist. It never materializes.
Right. This is when she said she when she told you guys she had contacted me. She says, "Don't you think it would be beneficial for you to call me back now so we can discuss this as adults and save the community from further stress? I am fairly sure that we can handle a short conversation, and I'd like to know why you did these things."
So this is after she went on an hour and a half,
Yeah.
like mudslinging
Yeah.
lie fest on Degenerations Nation. So she's immediately going to come to Marvel to try to quiet everything down and make good before there's some kind of rebuttal. I'm like, man, fuck that.
So I said no, basically, and then she says, "Half of what you're saying here, I don't understand." Because I said I tried to call you back in June, and she said she didn't answer. She's saying I never reached out to her at the hospital. I have no idea what you're even referring to. Regardless, if you cared about what you know I have in screenshots, you would at least try to talk to me for the community's sake. As you know, I am civil. But what you're telling me is that you no longer care. So be it. I tried. Threatening me with screenshots.
Has anybody seen these screenshots? I really want to see
I did.
what
that
screenshot.
One.
What? The one with you
Stop
asking
spamming.
to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really a damning screenshot.
Oh, what the screenshot that? I mean, it's quite clear that screenshot of what AMG did. Stop spamming the link. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they ever thought it was something different.
Well, no, they didn't. That was enough. I'm telling you, I have heard at this point, and like, you know, for what it's hearsay a little bit, so I don't put a ton of weight onto it, but she would pressure people and shame them for not giving enough, or she would have her close sycophants pressure and shame people for not giving enough. You know, she still goes up on live streams crying about, I still need money. Woman, you raised at least $35,000. I know it's more than 35,000. I just don't know what the number is because you can't see it on the front end, but that is more than many American families will make for the entire calendar year. $35,000, and that's still not enough. Like, it was just pure old-fashioned greed, absolute greed. That's what she was incensed that you dare ask her to pump the brakes on her meal ticket, and that is awful, absolutely awful.
That reminds me. So the loan she said she went to Schrodinger for, she made me ask for it. She didn't ask him for that loan. I had to, and I can show you the conversations with her where she was buttering me up to ask for her, so she didn't have to.
Yeah, the loan that you had nothing to do with, that she went, that was just her and Schrodinger's cat. She didn't even know Schrodinger's cat hardly, and she begged you. She begged you to vouch for her, not only to vouch for her, but to actually ask for it for her.
And it was a lot more than 2,000, guys.
Yeah, it was a lot more.
So, I mean, those are the things I basically wanted to really get to. Are there any questions you guys have at all? Did she need a loan after the GoFundMe? The loan was before it. She was thinking about leaving. Wasn't it before it? Was it before or after?
Yeah, it was before.
After.
Yeah, okay. No, before.
Wait.
It was before. She was going to leave YouTube. It was getting to be too much. And she was going to make tumblers, guys. She's going to make resin art, like tumblers and keychains, and she was going to sell them as merch for people. Like, she'd have Schrodinger's cat ones, and he could sell them. And she thought that was going to be a big business. I don't know. Maybe it will.
Real Nightmare 78. Yes, she needed the loan after the massive GoFundMe, correct? Here's another thing.
I just said it was before.
The loan was after the GoFundMe. No?
No, you and Schrodinger had to get together and go bowling. Neither of you listened to me.
It must have been before the fire GoFundMe.
It was because the stuff was in the house.
Because it was to buy inventory. I mean, she was apparently in no fit state for 3 months, apparently, to do anything. So it can't have been after.
But the stuff she's gonna do, you sit down and do. I mean, you
so
I'm not gonna do it.
But
it's arts and crafts.
While we're on that topic, though, guys, like, there's a couple other little small things I'd like to point out that she glosses over. Okay. her state after her rental room in her one room in her rental was destroyed was that she was devastated and needed money to survive. In the fire report, it talks about her purse containing over $2,000 something dollars, life saving,
no, it never
being
said.
recovered.
Wait, Robert. It never said
There's no amount. Yeah, there's no amount.
amount.
There's no amount.
There's no amount in that fire department.
Where did I get that amount from?
I don't know where you got that amount.
No, I need to open the document. Give me a second, because I know I saw
no amount.
something.
I didn't see one. Kate did. Nobody saw one.
No, I could probably read that verbatim at this point. I've gone over because the story's so different from what she tells. But all she says is that there is a purse containing her life savings in her closet, and then
and it was recovered,
her fucking,
right.
Yeah, her plan is thwarted when they're like, "All right, we'll just go get it for you then." Like, who the fuck says that, right? Like,
oh, Kate, she said that she in one of the videos, I heard somebody say that she showed that she can use PayPal. I have something that I gave Kick earlier where Sean backs me up on that. She said she could not use PayPal. So I don't know why.
I think that part of the like what makes this kind of convoluted is I'm getting some sort of like pathological liar vibes from her, sort of, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm trying to be nice about that in the sense that, like, I think maybe I'm being naive here, but maybe some of the lying is like a little bit out of her own control. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a mental thing, because some of the lies that she told people, like, I can see the financial benefit of a lot of them. Others are just really bizarre, and I don't understand why she would even like the bomb thing, like. Just a bizarre lie, you know. Or there's another lie that I'm not going to talk about in public because it involves families, but I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
She didn't. That was a really big, disturbing lie that she told, and she didn't benefit financially from that lie. But it was a really large, very disturbing, very kind of sick lie to tell people.
I did.
You know?
I already talked about that. What, Robert?
Actually, I actually talked to somebody and they had an interesting theory on it. It's like the lady who faked the World Trade Center stuff. The lady who said she was a victim of the World Trade Center, but she wasn't.
To get the money?
Like, she didn't get any money. She got fame. Like, she became like the head of the survivors group and all that shit. It's these people who have to be a victim, and even once they get that state, they even have to stand out amongst those people.
What did you call that, Kate? Malingering?
Malingering is when you just hang out and be sick all the time. Yeah.
Right. That's kind of like Munchausen's or something. And I call it I was calling it malingering because one thing that kind of stuck out to me is that she just, even when she wasn't having GoFundMe's for the health problems that she, claims to have, she has a constant string of health problems, and it was like dominating her community. I mean, like, trust and believe, I really am a drama channel. Like, that's not an unfair thing to say. So, like, if you go through my community posts, there's a fair amount of, like, kind of more personal, dramatic, but like, her community post had nothing to do with sob sits 95% of the time, or this education. It was just constant, like, my health issues, my spouse's health issues, my health issues, my dogs have health issues, my dog, my neighbor's dog down the street has health issues, like, and it didn't make any sense to me other than maybe some malingering. When I got the police report, one thing I noticed is that she pulled the same thing on the police and said, well, I had to travel here, just a really inexplicable story about having to travel to a different state to get medical treatment, that she then turned around and said, well, never mind, I am not actually going to that doctor, I can't afford it, right? It just didn't make any sense. And I think, and then we looked up that doctor afterwards that she claimed to be seeing in North Dakota, and then changed her mind and said, never mind, I'm not seeing him. And that around the same time that she was arrested, charged, and convicted, he was forced to stop practicing in 2 states because he was found to be Dr. Feelgood. He was giving out prescriptions for pain pills when he really should not have been. Yep. So he lost his medical license. So it was kind of interesting that is the doctor that she chose to claim to be seeing, when he ended up being a doctor that was sort of running one of those sketchy pain management clinics,
Holy cow.
And who goes to Fargo for medical treatment? Like, is there a Mayo Clinic there or something?
Thank you. My next question.
Yeah, Columbia Press is not there.
Question. So just in the interest of being truthful and stuff, I don't know where I got that number from, guys.
That was the number of the loan. That's how much she got in the loan. $2,000. Maybe that's
Okay,
where you heard
the
it.
2400 was in my head for some reason,
Yeah,
and I don't know where I got it from. My apologies. It does not say how much money was in the purse. So
Thank
my fault.
If you think of the statement that she apparently made when she was apparently almost at death's door, being rushed to hospital, or my life savings are in the purse in the closet. Now, either she was planning a scam then to have lost the money that was in the purse. It's possible that there was some money, some good money in the purse, and she wanted it secured. So you just don't know. But most people, when I would assume that most people, if they need to have that sort of rescue from fire, that the last thing that is on their mind is really their purse in the closet.
Probably not.
I have to agree, especially that soon.
The thing that would be or should have been apparently on her mind were, I'm afraid that the dogs are going to get out.
And who's going to take care of them? Because Gina, I'm sorry, her spouse was already in the hospital. So I'm so used to not being able to say the spouse's name that I can't say it. So
stick with that.
Yeah. I would be afraid for my dogs.
It's not that you just joined the panel, Kick, but I do need to go back to sleep.
I understand, Frog.
It's just nobody wants to be around him.
Much love and much respect to you, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Kick. Nice meeting you, Frog.
I think if this outing hadn't been a big bang like it was, and pretty quick, big up to Bam Valium because I don't think he knew who Virgo Triad was.
No.
I don't think he was really involved, in recent months, and he was just he'd known her for such a long time that his support, she's a scam buster. She isn't someone who cons people. But and I think it was quite big of him to, go a full 180 on what he'd been doing 2 days earlier, which was posting support, so and I know I gave DGen quite a bit of stick, but he had kicked me out of his Discord channel and I was annoyed. But he got there in the end.
He has? I don't know that.
I think, isn't he there in the end now, Kate?
Is he?
Yeah, I've spoken to him at length, and I just, I think people were kind of really hitting it. I was at first too. I went in. I finally I was like, I'm not going into his Discord. I'm not going to do this. And then finally, last night, I busted in the door and was like, so pretty much like, sup, bitch, you want to talk? As I do. And he was very adamant at first. Well, I have information that could disprove yours, and because I'm a bitch, I'm like, okay, let's do it right now. Embarrass me, do it, debunk me. And then I think after a while, what he realized was that, she is telling him that there is information that will just debunk this. But, when it comes down to actually okay, so I'm going to debunk this, it's like, it doesn't exist. She won't give it up. It's not there. And then, obviously, I guess you talked about the daughter thing. That was kind of a question that he had posed. And I said, listen, we have been looking into this. And I'm like, she's not dead. I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, that it makes me feel sorry for her, at least with that, because I can only imagine what kind of dark place mentally you have to be to feel like the best way to get attention and relate to other people is to even say, because I can't even imagine saying that out loud. Do you know what I mean? I just wouldn't want to ever I'm not a religious person or very superstitious, but there are just some things you don't want to put out into the world, right? And one of them is the death of a child. It's just that was a really that's disturbing that she did that. And I almost read some of that email as possibly I do wonder if it was what she tends to do, it looks like, is she kind of dry begs. She tells people about these horrible personal problems and kind of just keeps telling them about it, and maybe threatens to leave YouTube or says she's got to take a break until somebody steps up and says, well, I would like to raise money for that. And then it's not on her. So I'm wondering, with the way that some of the way that she was talking about the loss and the responsibility that she might have to assume because of the loss, it did cross my mind that maybe it was to try to set up another fundraiser for herself. You know what I mean? Because even the fundraisers that she did set up under her own name, she always put your name and Schrodinger's cat in there. Well, they told me to do this, so I am. Right?
Because when that was the one right before this one, where she was in the hospital right before, and she called me. I was the first person she called, and she told me what was going on, and I did. I jumped at. All right, I told her I would start it. She said no. She said, what I'll do is I'll start it and I'll say you wanted me to. I said, okay, yeah. I don't know where she got Schrodinger's name to start that with. I said I would do it, but he's bigger, so I guess she used his name.
No, she absolutely. You can tell the channels that and the people that she really stuck it out for and were careful not to offend were always the bigger ones. There was a hierarchy, right? Yeah. Through this whole thing, she leveled so much shit at you. She never said a word about Schrodinger's cat, right?
No, she's smart. So smart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean she is a literal professional level. I mean, I'm sorry, but the scam that she was pulling with the checks sounds kind of chaotic and frantic, and it is a fairly sophisticated scheme.
I don't understand what she was doing with the checks. Can you explain it?
Yeah, so it's called kiting, and essentially what it is you're just floating funds that never existed in the first place. So if you read the police report very carefully, what you can piece together from the timeline is at some point, for whatever reason, they took up and left Texas. When they left Texas, shortly before they left, they opened a couple bank accounts and they put in some checks. I think one was $3,000 and the other one was maybe $600, something like that. So they put these checks in, they leave Texas, they get the bank accounts, and they start making debit purchases and stuff like this against these checks that they have deposited. The checks bounce, okay? So now they've got these accounts, and the checks that bounced that they put in there, but they've already spent up, a majority of the money that was supposed to clear, and just overdrafted it. So now what they start doing is they start opening other bank accounts, and what they're doing is they're writing checks and from one bank account, using it to open another bank account. When that doesn't clear and bounces, they've already started making purchases, based on the little bit that the bank usually does let go, and they start writing bad checks. So they were juggling at one point, I think, 5 different bank accounts and just passing off bad checks, passing off bad checks, passing off bad checks. So there's a certain, you have to be shrewd enough to understand sort of the timing and the way, just kind of the rudimentary way that that banking law works, to understand if I cash this check, how long is it going to take before they have to clear it? How much is going to clear pretty much immediately and start, balancing it off that. What, fucked them over is they got, again, like Virgo is apt to do, we know at this point, they got greedy and they just started going on a freaking spending spree with this shit. And what I'm still trying to figure out is why she was impersonating a doctor, because the police just kind of, wrote that off in their report as a form of deception with these accounts. But I mean, you don't pretend to be a doctor on a checking account unless there's a bigger scheme behind that. I wish that we could find out what it was. I don't think we ever will, though.
If I was a betting man, there is quite a bit more criminality there that has never been discovered.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I won't speculate on.
No, I can't speculate on.
Too, right?
Yeah, where there's smoke, there's always fire, guys. Absolutely.
But did I hear right that there's some civil charges as well? Anybody? I don't know.
I've seen a document about some civil charges from 2017 where she is listed in them.
Okay.
Not
you mean like a civil judgment? You mean, right?
Looks like she was the defendant.
Yeah, that's a collection agent. There's no way to know what that is.
Collection.
I mean, who doesn't have some fucking debt? You look up my name and you're gonna find me with some collection agencies. Like, who gives a shit? But
what bothered me was that it's in another company using her middle name. And I'm wondering if there is a trend based on her use of the nonprofit and all of these other companies. And if she had the nonprofit, where was that ID being used? Like, I have a lot of speculation. I have nothing to back that up. But it was something that came to mind that, what if? What if she could use all of this for tax-free dollars? And it raised some questions. So I haven't really looked into it, but anything that I say on it would be speculation at best.
Gadrick Potato in the chat hit something interesting though. It's true. Medicare and insurance fraud schemes are rife with people setting up bank accounts and business licenses in doctor/law firm names.
Yeah, maybe.
One other thing that I saw in the chat here is a lot of people are asking about the GoFundMe and is she treading on the edge of fraud? I am going to side with however Kate feels about it, considering what came out last night.
Okay, yeah. So actually, it's so funny because I talked to somebody about this today.
I submitted a request for a refund, and I submitted the fire report to GoFundMe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that honestly, I think that it would be a really tough sell to call the fire GoFundMe an out-and-out fraud because the updates got a little bit dramatic, but overall, it was pretty nondescript. It was the stuff that was going on outside of GoFundMe that was deceptive, right? All the stories that she's telling people that wasn't really on the GoFundMe. I don't know that they would. I mean, you could probably try to make a case for theft by deception if you feel like you're victimized. But at the end of the day, there was a fire. She was displaced and she did lose her shit. Where I do think that there is an element of criminality and what my friend who is a detective, granted not in her state, but when we were kind of just spitballing back and forth, where there may be a serious element of criminality and why I believe she took the website down so fast is that website, because she advertised that you were giving her money to build this very, very complicated, very extensive and technologically advanced database, and it doesn't exist. And it was very easy to go through the coding and see that it does not exist. This database isn't real. And it was even easier, to go on her Who's Is and see what, who the registrar was, who she bought the domain from, what the hosting was, right? So at that point, that is actually consumer fraud. Right, she is advertising a product that she is soliciting money for, and that is not what you got for your dollar there. You know what I mean? That is, she essentially took on sort of soft investors in this, and she never came through with the product that she promised. That has a real element of criminality to it, and I think that's honestly why she pulled down that website so freaking fast.
Very good point.
I mean, I would hope, Kick, that GoFundMe will make it very difficult in the future for this person to set up a GoFundMe.
I would think so, and I didn't submit it in a way that makes the entirety of the GoFundMe look bad. The concept was that we were fleeced for way more than what was necessary, based on what we have in the documentation, and maybe a little extra. I won't lie. If I had a house fire and I lost $7,500 worth of stuff, you know what? Having a 10 grand GoFundMe doesn't hurt because it helps put me up somewhere for at least a little bit until I can get on my feet and start submitting some things and getting claims processed and things like that, But $25K was it was obscene. And not to mention any of the other revenue streams that she had at the same time. Because who's to tell what other donors that she had directly?
Especially on her Patreon.
Well, Kate said it was $35K on the front end, right? So.
Yeah, and I know I've seen things that suggest that there were some private donors that were donating quite a bit of money, in the 4-figure
I heard
element.
At least 2 that I can exactly specify, and I just learned of another one. So I mean that's what bothers me the most. The people that lost money, like the hard-earned money, people could use right now because they believed in her, and it bothers me so much.
Actually, probably the larger donors I'm less sympathetic to. than some of the smaller donors who have actually donated money that they can ill afford to donate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you're donating,
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, if you're donating, $1,000 amounts, you've probably got quite a bit, and it's not going to be your last $1,000. But if you're donating $50 amounts, it was possibly you possibly forewent something that week
Mm-hmm.
to donate that $50 because you felt so sorry for the person.
Exactly. Van,
I'm sorry. I just wanted to address
go ahead.
Joyous Song is incorrect in the comments here. So no, I mean the fire department never did find a leak or a spark. And if you have any questions about that, the report is out there on my channel, Masshole Report. You don't even have to watch the video. I'm not looking for your view, but if you go to my last video and just go to the description, you can go in that Dropbox and you can read the report for yourself. There was no gas leak that the fire department found. There was no spark. I'm not accusing her of arson. I don't think anyone is accusing her of arson, but when she makes up this story about ball lightning and a gas leak and all that stuff, it didn't happen. And there's nothing in the report to suggest that at all. They didn't call the gas company to shut off the gas. They didn't note an odor of gas. They didn't determine anything about gas. They left their final determination was they couldn't figure out what started the fire, but it originated in a pile of debris on the alpha side of the fire room in her hoarded ass house is what happened.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not sure if the story about her being blown 20 feet and being knocked unconscious was directly out there in the public from her, or if she used people to get that message. So she was telling, the likes of Schrodinger or UAMG, or I don't know. I don't know how that first broke, but obviously the gas story was needed because we had to have an explosion.
Right.
I believe I have some screenshots where that story was confirmed by Sean Z. Not Sean Zeke, but SHAWN.
Hershon. Just say Hershon.
Hershon.
Both Kimball's, him, and Virgo told me that story.
And not to mention that Sean has played a very, very shitty role in this by hiding his responsibility to the things that he's done. Kimball's is nowhere to be found, which is expected from somebody who is an absolute shit bucket. But one thing is coming in the chat here as well about the PPP loan, and I can't speak to that. I've seen it. I saw that there was a PPP loan earlier this year, I believe, and it was for like $700 some odd dollars for
that was
payroll.
The first round, and it was a payroll protection loan, $749. It was approved and taken out. The first round was received 5 days before the fire.
Yep.
So right when Schrodinger gave her the money.
Yep.
How much money did she need for tumblers? It's arts and crafts.
Yeah, but I mean, if she's taking out a payroll protection loan, and if you notice, well, I mean, it's not right in front of us, but so she took it out as an independent entertainer, writer, essentially an independent entertainer. So she was claiming that because of the pandemic, her revenue from YouTube was affected, and that is highly implausible. Highly implausible.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we know if Kimball's and...
Go ahead, Cliff.
Do we know if Kimball's and Sean Z have channels? I got that question.
No, they don't.
Sean Z has a channel.
Sean does.
It's called Facts or Frauds, and I made the very knife twist statement that how can he have a channel with that name when he couldn't determine whether the facts nor the fraud that was in front of him. Because, I just like doing that, but Kimball's does not.
No, everything she does is for Virgo, to the point where when we were trying to find the dogs, right, one of the days she called me, she said that she just found out she's out of remission, but she's not going to tell Virgo because it's all about Virgo. Literally. The girl's out of remission, and she doesn't want to bother Virgo with it. And we spent so much time looking for those dogs and doing everything Virgo wanted. Kimball's lost the job she had then. because she kept taking days off.
But
This
did she?
is a level of cultishness in my eyes.
But
Yeah.
did she? You know,
She told me. I don't know.
well,
I
she
believe
told a
everybody,
lot of people
apparently.
a lot of things.
Yeah, I believe everything, I guess.
She told Virgo that you were heading up there to visit when you weren't. You were going to advocate.
No,
she came
did.
up with
I
this
keep telling you,
cockamamie
Kix,
story.
she didn't tell her that.
Oh no,
Sean
I'm sorry,
did.
it was Sean did.
Yes.
My mistake. My
It's
mistake.
okay. It's
I
okay.
just I'm
Tired
pissed
as
off
well.
at the lot.
Yeah, and Virgo, without even going to her friend that she loves so much, just calls her a fangirl and closes rank. It's completely retarded.
They
Sorry,
just cut.
I hadn't gotten to that point yet, but it's okay.
I use
Yes,
that word all the
causeless.
time.
But it's disgusting the way that they treated Marvel in this whole deal, and that's what got my ire up. I'm just forever grateful for Kate, Frog, and everyone involved to really put this shit to rest, exonerate the people who needed to be, and get some closure, for fuck's sake. This is what separates us from the people that we don't like, and that is that we're transparent, we stand on ethics, and we stand on integrity. And we're going to reveal the people who are like that, that don't have ethics or integrity or transparency, be it auditors or regular people. I don't give a fuck anymore. So, you know, everyone's fair game, but it makes a powerful statement about us as people, that we are so emotionally tied to the things that we enjoy that we fall victim to the idolatry. And it's normal. So don't beat yourselves up over it.
But speaking of integrity, and I agree with everything you just said, that's what really pissed us off, especially Marvel Girl and myself, was that gaslighting message she sent to everybody about us all, like the whole community lacking integrity.
Well, I knew back then that, you know, the signs were there. I knew she was talking about me, but I mean, obviously, you know, at that point, I don't know whether or not she had figured out that I was poking around and asking questions. I know she was pissed off because I was asked to share the GoFundMe link on my channel, and I said no because I don't fundraise for anything. I think I've had 2 PayPal pools in the 3 years I've been on YouTube, that I wouldn't even put on my own channel. You know, they were like quiet, kind of behind the scenes with people that I knew. I don't fucking fundraise. And I explained that to the person who asked me. I said, I don't fundraise, and I would really need to see irrefutable proof that this fire happened, that it happened the way that you said it happened, and I would need to have an exact figure of like how much she needs and what she needs it for, because that's the only way that I'm going to share anyone's link. And she was pissed about that, and I don't care. I don't fucking fundraise. Like, my subscribers are not coming around to feel any sort of financial pressure. That's not why we do what we do. We do what we do because we have fun. That's literally it.
In your defense too, like anybody who's in the desperate position that they're claiming to be, where they need to ask others for money, I'm sorry, at that point you're way past pride or whatever it is that keeps you anonymous. You have people have the right to ask for proof.
Oh yeah, but she never showed any kind of she was never grateful. The thing she said to Schrodinger, I don't owe you anything.
Not at all.
Mean, and then she says a blanket statement about the integrity of the group when this group was good enough to give her all that money, and that's what bothered me.
It'll be interesting now if she defaults. I mean, on that loan, assuming
she's already paid it back tonight.
All right.
Yep. The loan is fully paid. Yeah. The Scam Stingers channels are down. Virgo Triad is hidden, and she has one other channel that's sitting out there that I think that she just doesn't remember the login or something. But that one's still active. Heavy air quotes. The only other thing that I wanted to say about all of this before I go off to go turn in some last-minute papers that I didn't write, and I'm not saying somebody else wrote them for me, I'm just saying I didn't write them, is Virgo, when she did that witch hunt stream, she tried to paint me as a very angry individual, and she obviously lied about my character and who I am, because she only showed the first few emails. What she failed to show was the last email, because I got the last word and she didn't like it. I called her out for trying to guilt trip people, to segregate, to separate, and destroy. Her attempts to push a narrative and emotionally bully people was unacceptable. And that if she was seeking truth on anything, then she and I would work together to find the truth of the whole situation. And that if I wanted my mother to berate me in the middle of the night, I would call my mom and tell her some dumb bullshit. But I wished her well, regardless of how I felt about the situation. So, it's amazing what happens when you try to smear other people and they have the fucking facts. Because the facts do fucking matter. Imagine that.
Yeah, the facts do matter.
Ooh woo.
Yeah. I try not to I've tried to, not just have like a Virgo bashing session. I don't really I haven't decried anyone who was involved with this because I feel like everybody got duped on some level. I think what's important is just to what we were doing last night, sort of parse out what was the grift, why did people fall for it, and what were the signs along the way, right? And I've had people asking me all day well, how do I not get scammed? And I'm like, I'm just a really jaded individual anyway, so I just don't generally get scammed. But I think that's got to be the takeaway, because people can go back and forth and have hurt feelings, which I honestly don't really understand. I didn't know her well at all. I had a favorable impression at first, but very cursory. And to me, it's just the internet, and I log off and it's gone, right? It's just not a big deal for me. But I think that the emotional investment is what really drug people in, and there needs to be some boundaries out here. Just you gotta have some boundaries with people on the internet. Their life problems are not your life problems, and anyone who has a lot of problems, if you had a coworker that was coming in every day and complaining about all these horrible problems, it would wear on you after a while. I think most people would not fall for it the same way that they do online, because there's sort of the separation.
Right. Kate's right. This isn't the time to happy dance. This isn't the time to celebrate. What this is that we exposed something in the seedy underbelly, and it's done. It's over. So let's get back to doing the things that we know to do and the things that we like. So with that, I'm going to head out, unlike the frog, who's going to keep on with his hour-long Midwest goodbye.
No, I'm going to leave with you, Kick. I'm going to leave, because otherwise I won't leave.
Thank
and
you
I need to get some sleep.
Yeah. And Ani Seto, I do poop on cars. All right. Much love, everyone. Y'all be well.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, see you, Kick. Nice to meet you, Cliff. Nice to meet you, Robert.
Yeah, take care.
Thanks for having me up, A Marvel Girl. And hopefully I think I was a bit toxic to some of your viewers.
Well, hopefully they saw the real you now.
Yeah. Okay, cheers. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, hon. So, Kate, would you like to tell us anything else that's going on or that we didn't cover?
No, I feel like this one's pretty cut and dry. I think, she shut down her channels instead of offering of all this proof that she supposedly had. So it's pretty much cut and dry as far as I'm concerned. We'll probably have another one right behind this. That's the one thing that sucks, is whenever you find a scam like this, you get 8 trillion messages in your inbox like, hey, I think this is a scam. And I don't really have time to look at everything all the time, but there'll be another one. There's way too many of this. People are just
yeah, absolutely. But
people are too opportunistic online. It sucks.
My question, I have one more. Did anybody see any of the other quote unquote screenshots? She said there were more than one. She said she had many screenshots about things I've done wrong. And I just want to know if anybody anywhere has seen anything other than that one.
No.
Okay.
No, no, she put out what she had, and it was mostly, I was really upset by that witch hunt video because it was so much conjecture, but her main argument seemed to be just that you asked to slow down the fundraising, and how could you do that because she needed money. And that is just the opposite of integrity. Yeah. That's literally
I have to watch that video. I know that she read part of the fire report, but not the whole thing.
She left out the important parts.
Yeah, which
She
was
left out
the
the important parts,
hoarding and yeah.
And the fact, and you know, the account of her, and I'm sorry, you know, she claimed, and she doubled down afterwards. She said, well, I never said I was blown back 20 feet, which she did say.
Yeah, she
It was
did.
more like 10 feet, you know, and
It
I
wasn't
have the
any.
medical records to prove it. Yeah, but
Mhm.
it didn't happen because I'm sorry, if you remember your purse in the closet, you're going to remember that you just got exploded out of your house like a Michael
Yeah.
Bay movie. Like, that's not something that you just
Yeah.
forget. She, you know, purposely kept that out. And then, you know, when she was confronted with the facts, you know, doubled down and was like, well, I have proof, you just can't see it because it's my medical records. And that's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
5 minutes after she talks about she can't show the screenshots because they have personal information on them, she comes back with a witch hunt stream where she redacts somebody's personal information from proof.
But not mine.
Just
She didn't redact my personal information. My phone number's there.
To anybody who feels bad about all this, and trust me, we completely understand where you're coming from. It's important to remember this lady did all of this to herself. Greed.
I think there's something organic there. I'm sorry. There's something organic there, I think. Something. Right? I mean, I just...
It could be.
I don't know.
Well, no, she definitely, this was something, I really took pains when I first started putting out information to make sure that I wasn't even going to put out her name. Not that that is something that is particularly, like, if it's public record and you are publicly asking people for money, like, I don't, like, it's crazy to me that you can go completely faceless, nameless, and expect people to support you, right? So I usually wouldn't feel bad about it. I do, like, a lot of frauditor court documents. I never redact their names, but I was careful with her because I did, yeah, I know, and I didn't want the headache is all. I just didn't want to hear, like, you're doxing her and her life's in danger. But then when she started to come around and tell people, well, Kate's got the wrong person, that's not me. I'm like, well, now I'm not redacting it. Now you're literally, you are challenging me to prove that this is you, and the only way that I can do that is to show people that this is you with your name. So, you know, she created that situation too, just in the fact that she couldn't, you know, at least if she had gone to her close, you know, personal people and said, look, you know, I lied, I'm sorry, can we handle this? I would have been probably a little bit easier on it, and, you know, would have had her handle it herself, go up to her own subs and be like, look, I was dishonest with you, and because that's all I wanted was for people to know, like, you have been duped and you should not trust this woman with your money. But she literally could not do that from start to finish. Like, she created this entire situation for herself.
True. Jesse asked if we think she would just fabricate shit just so she could go away. I don't know. She's running now.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's gonna say that we put that. Well, that I put her life in danger, which is bullshit. I'm sorry. My name has been out there forever. If anybody, I go against the same sort of people that she does. I literally, I have exchanged words with Jamal Latimer of Rise of the Moors. Their base of operation is 15 minutes down the road from my house. They know who I am. You know, I could show you in comments where we've gone back and forth. They were acutely aware that I was covering with them. And there's other involvement that I'm not even going to get into. But, you know, I go against all these frauditors. Like, my name has been out there, my home address, like just about every single piece of personal identifiable information that you can imagine has been put out on me on the internet. In 3 years of doing this, I've had people show up to my house twice, and I've had someone show up to my work once. That's it, which for a 3-year run of, like, you know, picking fights on the internet is pretty good. And if anyone's going to get shot for shit that they say on the internet, it would probably be me, because I am extremely incendiary. I am very confrontational, and I have yet to be shot. So if I'm not in danger and all my shit's out there, it is preposterous to think that she is in, you know, such, you know, dire straits and so much danger just because people see her criminal record. Like, that is insane, you know, and it's arrogant to think that you're going to essentially make a living off of, you know, putting other people's personal information out there and nobody's ever going to get yours. And that also flies in the face of her story. She's claiming that people are mailing bombs to her house. Well, then they already know who you are, lady.
Yeah, true. And I just wanted you to speak to, and she is disappearing, running now, Amy. But I wanted you to speak to that one thing you said about the Moors and how you've gone back and forth with them and gotten information about them, information that you then gave to her, right?
Yeah,
Like
I've
you've
shared
helped her a
information with her.
lot,
Not a lot, no.
but you've helped her with like information for the Moors.
I've given her information on the Moors. I think I offered to help more than she ever took up on it. But I honestly, I can't say that I've helped her a lot. I haven't. I didn't really speak to her. I spoke to her on an issue that I was having with some defamation. I think G Jen connected us, and she said, "Oh, I'll talk to some people for you." She never did, which was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I had some access to some extremely sensitive information, and I share that with her. That's pretty much it.
Okay then, I can't think of anything else, guys. I think you know
Right.
everything now.
Yeah.
Well, before you go, Kate, I got a super that was directed towards you. Colony L3 for $1.99 said, Dr. Kate, can I get a prescription for Damadol?
Yeah, absolutely. Lucky for you. My grandfather's second cousin was in fact a medical doctor. Therefore, I have inherited the title, and I am I'm free with the prescription. So Damadol, absolutely. Fuck it all. I got that too. I even have a script of no acetol that I can write out. I take it daily, so.
She's got the Nositol.
So
no acetol.
I was gonna. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, there was another thing in the chat about the icon you were using. That was that guy that I didn't know about.
Cyrax, yeah.
Are you gonna cover him at all?
I'm so sick of Cyrax. I don't know. I mean, it is funny right now. He's freaking out because he thinks that he thinks that the trolls have his hard drive, and he quite obviously has child pornography on his hard drive. So he's been crying about how he's gonna go to jail for 10 years. But that's like a whole different, like, this internet subculture. There are so many pedophiles that just openly hang out on YouTube. It's unbelievable to watch. Yeah. And they talk about it, and it's so I have another one that I've been like watching for a while. I don't have time. I had to pick up a second job for a little bit. All I do is like work, and then my kids are back in school, so they have like a kind of a crap ton of homework. So I feel like by the time that I get off of work, help them with their homework, feed them, and then I'm like going back to work. I don't have time for anything else.
Oh wow, yeah, you've got a full plate. Yeah. All right, well, I'll be watching Masshole. If you guys aren't like subbed to Masshole, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Seriously. So...
You're avoiding a lot of needless drama.
But it's so much fun. It really is. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm exhausted. These few days have been so tiring for me. Thanks for coming, guys.
Well, it's over now for you, so that's good.
Thanks to you, and I owe you, and I will never forget. If I could ever do anything.
No, not at all. You should just join our crew. You should join our little scam buster crew. We'll teach you everything we know.
I can use it because I feel
she would love something like that. I just can see her now.
I would. I said, Kate is a smarter, younger, prettier version of me.
Probably just younger.
You're funny. All right, guys. Thank you again, Kate. Thanks, guys,
all right, good night.
for coming. We're gonna go.
Yeah, thanks everybody for listening, and see y'all next time.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Night.